So last session, session 7, the party spent almost exclusively fighting your way through this den of the Rotten Kings gang. This rat-infested, were-rat-infested local gang den. You ended the session by defeating the leader of the Rotten Kings, and you've, to the best of your knowledge, it seems like you've cleared out almost the entire area. There's only one place you haven't been to, down here in the catacombs.
What was that? Give me a second.
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah, no worries. There's only one place you haven't been to, and that was the area with those kind of purple mushrooms. So.
Oh, okay. The place we don't really want to be in anyway.
Yeah. Although you did discover these tunnels leading that direction, and I'll say this as Shino hears the sound of glass breaking coming through these little narrow tunnels. From this direction.
So we know something's there. Something's there. Sounds like.
Probably, yeah. Based on the nature of the sound, you could surmise that it's something, at least an animal or a person.
Go ahead. Go to your bed.
But that's our recap. It's a pretty simple session. This will be session 8.
Yeah.
And just to set the date, we are now coming to the evening of the 24th of Chess.
All right.
Okay. So Shino. And you said Bernard could fit through. Bernard could fit through.
You know what?
Through that tunnel.
You're all choppy, Danny. Is it just me that he sounds weird?
Sorry. How about now?
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Alexis might have to mute himself because I think he's still getting picked up. Okay.
What?
I think you were talking to someone that was just getting picked up.
Oh no, I'm not telling anybody.
Oh, okay. Do I fit in that tunnel?
So, let me see here. It's a very tight squeeze. You can fit, but you're like up against the sides of the tunnel.
Alright. I kind of step out of the way. Oh man, I don't know. Takatani, do you want to go investigate?
I am smaller, so I can I can try to sneak my way in, get a little stealth in there.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Let's see here. Oops. There we go. So you see these tunnels kind of go off in different directions.
Okay. I'll go a little bit this way, more stealthily.
And you see a couple things here. You see that this tunnel connects up to one of these rooms over here, and then also slopes down that way.
Okay.
Now, right in front of you here, there is a candle burning, you can tell, in the other room. If you peek your head in, I can kind of describe what you see here.
Sure, I try to do that.
Do I know? Do I know that I can go the other way? Do I know it's the same tunnel or not really?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. You might be able to guess that it might connect.
Is he too far to for us to hear each other at this point?
I think I might want to just take a peek in just to see what it is before heading back out and then giving you the update.
Okay.
So, tables loaded with scorched bottles and flasks sit around this crowded room. A thin man rushes between tables, stirring vials that sit over open flames. A chain locked around his wrist is bolted to the center of the room. He has full access to the tables, but can reach nothing else. Roll a stealth check if you're trying to be stealthy, or just. Are you?
Yeah, I'm trying to be stealthy.
Okay.
Let's see. 16.
So let's see if this guy has any awareness of you. He does not notice you when you approach.
Okay. So it looks like he's chained up, right? Like a little prisoner.
Yeah, and it's weird because you figure he would have heard some of the commotion, but he seems to be pretty unaware that everyone else in this cave has been killed.
Oh, so in that case, I just go back real quick and let Bernard know about the dual tunnel situation and to approach probably a little cautiously with some little prisoner there doing something with some vials, some flasks.
Okay.
Yeah. But
So I feel like as a group, it seems like we sort of know that this way connects. Can we go back around as a group?
You mean like towards this direction?
Mm-hmm. Or towards this tunnel? Okay.
Of course.
All right. And this time, we're still in the same hit points and everything. We haven't rested or anything, right?
Right.
Okay. So,
mm-hmm.
I guess we make our way out here, all of us.
So you're not going to go towards the guy?
Well,
you have to go around.
Yeah.
Got it.
I'm assuming.
Yeah,
I'm assuming all of you can, right?
Yeah. I would say that in that case, I might stay here just to
Yeah.
Because I know this is the way he could go, so I'm just gonna make sure that until you're ready to go in, I'll stand guard here up on the corner.
Maybe.
So when you come in that way, I can come in this way. So in case something happens, I can have the other side.
Maybe the plan is for you and Shino to go the backside, and then me and Siok to go this way, just in case something happens.
Yeah. Cool. So it's like this may be a good time to wait for them to show up.
The only hazard is that the mushroom room, which, as you remember, there was one of the mushrooms was disturbed. I think originally when maybe it was Shino when he went in there, and it kind of blew up and did a little bit of damage. So you're gonna want to make sure.
Yeah, and I know
you don't touch it.
So I think I'm the only one that doesn't fit, right? Everyone else does.
Yeah, you're the only one that would be pretty tight.
Okay.
This direction though is more open.
I also have dark vision. Does that help me maneuver through there?
Mm-hmm. Now that you know they're poison, because I believe
Tony
Shino had poked it or something.
Yeah, Shino. Yeah, Shino did that.
Yeah. So you can walk through this room. There's just acrid, moist air and slick black slime on the ground. But as long as you're careful, you can avoid disturbing any mushrooms.
So let's say I get to around here. I can sort of see the figure that Tikatani told me about. And I say, "Hello, sir. Is anybody there?"
He lets out a scream, and he dives under one of the tables, hitting his head on the wood as he goes down.
So maybe I just hear a bunch of stuff, commotion, things fall from the table. Sir, I don't mean you any harm. I'm just wondering what you're doing in here.
He doesn't say anything, but he's holding onto the legs of the table, and it's shaking a little bit.
All right, so I sort of guess that this guy is not going to be coming in, so I kind of step a little bit into the light. Does he see me?
He's got his back turned to the room now, as he cowers in fear.
So can I use my... Let me see. Where I'm looking at my. So I have my feature and my persuasion. Excellent education ability to assess those around you. You're able to convince people that you would make an exceptional ally or companion. So, I'm like, sir, like, I know that this place may have had people who wanted to hurt you, but you don't need to worry about that. I can guarantee you that I'm not here to hurt you. I just want to know what this place is about and why you're here.
As you talk to him for a few minutes, especially with how adept you are at convincing people that you would be a good ally, he realizes you're not going to hurt him, at least not right away. Yeah. He's kind of slowly warms up. He comes out from under the table. He's still afraid, kind of shaky, but he starts talking to you a little bit. And he says, who are you?
I say that I belong to a group of heroes that is often hired to rescue people and to bring positive change, and how we were just on our latest expedition down here for what's the city called again? I forgot the city name.
Yeah, it was one of the guard captains for Zobek had asked you.
Yeah, and just said, we're here just trying to do good for the city of Zobek.
Yeah, he seems to believe you as he looks around, and he says, "Well, you're a strange party indeed, motley crew. Thank you for rescuing me." He says, "Would you break this chain?"
I'm looking around. I'm looking to see what those things were.
Yeah, is there a perception check that we can take just to see if there's anything off around the room or anything that might lead us to see if this guy is full of shenanigans?
There's two things you could check for. You could either do an insight check to see if he's deceiving you or hiding something, or you can do a perception check to see if there's any hints around in the room.
Can we? What's your thing, Takatani? Insight and perception.
I have +5 for both.
Oh wow, yeah. So maybe as I'm talking to him, does he know Takatani's behind him?
Yeah, he probably does at this point now that he's turned around.
Okay, so Takatani, maybe as I'm talking to him, maybe you want to do those checks.
Sure, I can first. I think I'll make an insight check first just to see how I feel about him, and then depending on how that goes, I may want to look around.
Okay.
All right,
go
insight.
for it.
20.
Ooh.
You're pretty confident that he's not deceiving you or lying or hiding anything. He's genuinely afraid, and does appear to be a captive here.
Okay, cool. In that case, instead of looking around in terms of like snooping, I'm just looking around as in curiosity as to what he was doing with my perception.
As he sees you do that, he'll say, "Be very careful. The poison, the drug they had me making, it could easily kill everyone in this room if the wrong vial hit the floor."
Okay, in that case, I think I won't look around then. I think since I trust him more since with the inside, I think I'm like, okay, I'll just back up a little bit.
And I'm assuming, yeah, by this point, Shino and Shulk are around. I guess I say, who made you do this? What did you do? Are you from Zobek? Where are you from? And what did you do before you were down here?
He said he explains that he is an apothecary who they captured from up in the city one day about a year ago, and they've had him distilling these mushrooms into a kind of drug, and that lines up with what Guard Captain Wilhelm told you. He had mentioned that that there was a new drug that was taking hold in the city, and that's why he had sent you down here. However, he referred to it as a poison which is a little strange, and you weren't expecting that. And he explains that he's been creating vast quantities of this, and that a little bit is a euphoric drug, and the Rotten Kings he guesses, have been selling it. But the main thing he's been doing, he explains, is creating these huge vats of it. There's one here in the corner of the room, and there are more here, barrels filled with the drug, he explains.
Okay.
And he says he thinks they were going to pour it into the water supply, or at least threaten to, and demand a ransom.
Is there anyone behind this operation, or who's the leader of this whole thing?
Isn't he the guy who beat up the rat guy?
Well,
King Sketch.
I'm trying to make sure that King Sketch is it. He says King Sketch.
That is, that to the best of his knowledge, there's no higher authority,
Okay.
and you guys did kill King Sketch.
I say,
Cool.
If we take you to the authorities of Zobek, I mean, do you have an antidote by anybody who could be affected by this, or a way to safely get rid of this stuff as a apothecary?
He says yes, there is an antidote that can be created.
I ask if there's any imminent danger right now. Is there any plans brewing?
He says not anymore, not if you are right about having defeated all these were rats, and as long as you take these 5 barrels away from here, you just be very careful. You spill that, it hits the ground, aerosolizes, we're all dead.
Okay. Do you know what happens to be? Do you know this dungeon? Do you know what's next door here? Beyond the mushrooms there, to the west?
He says it's some sort of altar. He's never been able to go that way, though. He's been locked in this room, and he sleeps on the floor. Other than that, he knows this is a large cistern that feeds into this well that's used above ground.
So maybe I say, okay, what's your name, sir? Remind us of your name.
He says his name is Gessel.
Gessel, do you mind just taking a seat here and let me talk to my partners here about what the next step of course of action should be? So I guess my question to the group then is, what do you guys think? Should we take him up now? I kind of hint that I want to maybe take a look at the altar over here to see that we're not missing anything, or if there's anything.
Yeah, it's on the way out.
Yeah.
It's on the way out. I can go out the back way and go this way while you go the front while maybe someone leads him out. So I have to go down anyway.
So maybe take a. I guess Shino could go with Tekatani, and then I can start going this way towards the entrance with Siok and what's his name again? Sorry. What's his name?
Gessel.
Gessel. Yeah.
So
Do I feel like she's evil in any kind of way?
We did an insight check. He's good.
You think he's telling the truth.
yeah.
But do I sense that she's evil? I think that's different.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have a great method for determining something like that. You do know that he was creating something that could have killed, thousands of people. I mean, he was a prisoner, but still a little messed up. Yeah.
I think when we get into the purple mushroom area, I say for the good of the people, I'll push her into the mushrooms.
Oh, he knows the antidote. You can't just come in here and do that.
And remember, it's kind of an explosive effect, if you recall from when you poked one last week.
Yeah, that's why I was gonna push into like the majority of the mushroom.
Kill the rest of it.
You're gonna kill.
Yeah. No, we could go around.
No, I can't.
You know,
It's too small.
it's hard to predict. Yeah, it's hard to predict what kind of how far the ensuing gas would spread in this confined space. It's unknown.
I can't.
Okay.
I can't go through the holes. I have to go through here. We talked about that earlier.
No, but we could take the waterway.
No, I can't go through.
Yeah, you can.
But he's money. Don't we want a reward? He's an
Is
apothecary.
he?
Yeah.
But we weren't sent here to save anyone. We were sent here to just get info and stop any evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, to
yeah.
figure out the cause of the drugs.
But he has
Yeah.
But he also has a. He's the only one alive that knows the plan, and he has an antidote.
There's no antidote to drugs. Alright, let's go out of here.
So I'll tell you what you find as you approach this altar. A statue of a cloaked woman stands in the center of this chamber. She appears cowled in black, her hands crossed in front of her. One hand holds a skull missing its lower jaw. The other hand holds a dagger. A flat stone altar lies in front of the statue. Streams of black liquid pour from cracks in the walls, surrounding the statue and flowing south into the mushroom grove.
So you might be doing some extra poisoning.
Yeah, something's going on with this. And as you get closer, like it's almost like dripping off the hem of this very, very fine purple and gold robe, with what seems like real gold embroidery and gems encrusting it. It's a bizarre scene to see that kind of black dripping off of this robe. Or cloak, I guess you'd say.
Yeah. Yeah, do we have any way to set like a delayed charge to like set this on fire without us being in here?
Yeah, maybe can the apothecary guy help us like make a like a delay?
Let's see.
Did you say there was oil here? I don't remember.
He might have oil in the apothecary's room if you wanted to search the room.
Oil. The things are not. They're the poison, but they could blow up all the barrels there and stuff.
Do you want to ask him, and do you want to search the room, the apothecary's room, and see what you find? What he might be able to whip together?
Yeah, we can ask him to do it. So just because he knows where everything is, and we don't like drop something and get poisoned.
Yeah, you do find many vials. You do find a thing of like lantern oil, all kinds of different ingredients in this room.
Can I try and search for stuff to make healing potions?
Yeah, well, so there is stuff to make stuff to make 2 healing potions, and you do find 3 potions of greater healing and 2 potions of poison in the room as well.
Oh, sweet. I'll snag those for sure. And I can make the healing potions as well.
I'll add that to the party sheet in a little bit. Got it written down here. If you talk to Gessel and ask him what he can help you with, he does say he could whip together something that would basically explode with some fire on impact that could be thrown. Nothing that would be like a delayed charge, though.
I'll handle that part. I have a plan. Just let everyone come to the door so we can leave.
I don't trust Shino.
Well, it's about to happen in a couple of minutes if you guys don't leave.
So you're thinking like over here as the door?
Yeah, where we came from.
You know, we can just have
Yeah.
birds clean this. That's probably the most interesting thing they'll be able to do all day.
True. Yeah, you don't need to do everything.
Well, we weren't paid to clean up.
I just want to get out of here and get money for this guy.
You know, it's interesting. The dagger that the statue is holding doesn't seem to be part of the statue. It is a beautifully designed, golden hilted, black bladed dagger. You can't tell if it's obsidian or some sort of black metal, but
What was it?
it's got a gold blade set with a purple gemstone and a black, almost obsidian blade. Sorry, gold hilt and a black obsidian blade.
Was that on the altar? Sorry.
It's being held in the statue's hand, but it's not part of the statue. You know, it's not like a piece of. It's not like stone, right?
Yeah.
You know you want that. Sorry, shit.
I know. I was like, this guy's really trying to tempt me. It's probably cursed though because it's black. I'm at the door. Can one of you guys grab that for me?
No, you can't though.
Bernard, can you grab me that dagger over there, please?
No.
Look, if anything, I'm the one that
You
uses
just literally
daggers.
said 5 minutes ago you're going to blow all of us up. I'm not helping you.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, Tekotani? You gonna, risk fate and grab this dagger and book it out of there? What's your plan?
Why not?
I think I have enough wisdom to be like, I don't need to go do that willy nilly. There's a bunch of nonsense going around that statue.
You get the best of both worlds, and you make the guy go get it. I just want to leave. That's my vote, fellas.
Okay.
I'm not like at my computer just yet, but could I roll a religion check to see if I know what this statue is of?
What's your
Yes.
what's your intellect? +2?
My intellect?
Yeah.
My intellect? You doubt my intellect?
Is it +2 or is it -2?
It is
Dang.
+2.
Because I can roll it for you if you want. I have +2 though.
Yeah, no. I have exceptional wit, which adds a d6 to any intelligence base. And then I think it's a +7? No. +6? Something like that. I'd have to check.
So I think that's right. Right? 1d20 plus 1d6 plus your 7.
That's a good roll. So even if the modifier is only a 4 or 5, that's still at least a 20. So I would tell you that you are, as you look at this statue, you're pretty certain it's some sort of evil god, and it's an old god, not one that's worshipped by people that you're aware of. You don't know the name. Yeah.
So we definitely don't want to be getting that dagger.
Yeah, not liking it too much. If you really want to,
Can we move?
You can.
You just
How about
just go set a rack again,
Can we get the guy with us? Gizzle?
Yeah. So he's with you guys.
So what I'm going to do once the group is all together is I'm gonna go ahead and conjure some rats
Wait, Shino,
No, wait.
Tony,
I am going to conjure some rat.
Tony. Hold.
What do you want to do?
Tony,
What? Yes.
conjure a rat folk to go and pick up the dagger.
That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna blow up the place and get the dagger.
Can we get out though? Can we leave?
Hold on. Let me do my thing. So I cast level 1 conjure rats on 4 rat folk.
I'm gonna stand over here.
I hand the torch that what's her name or what's his name is at? Right here, the torch.
Oh,
Islam?
Yeah, Gizzle. And I tell 2 of them, I hand one the fire and I tell the other one to run in and grab me the dagger. And then on the way out to throw the fire at the mushrooms.
You know the city's above us, right?
That's fine.
yeah. He just never shows up again.
We just said, you're not hearing the story. This is the water supply of the city.
But these didn't poison me when I touched it. I took.
No, this is
it blew up.
But this is the water supply of the city.
I know it's not gonna poison the city. It's just gonna blow up.
It's gonna blow up. It's gonna blow up.
They're not gonna get
you know
anymore.
So Gessel will say yeah. I mean, hypothetically, the ensuing poison explosion is going to be like a gaseous form, and probably wouldn't do anything too crazy to the water. It would have to be the product that he had made. He does say that make sure you get up to the corner of this wall if you can. Be ready to go underwater for a second if you need to while the gas dissipates.
I say, I tell the rats run, and I run up the stairs past everybody.
Now remember, it's not stairs. It's like there's a rope. This one's there's like a rope going up. So
yeah.
I climb on Bernard.
So as these rats approach the statue, they get close and they grab this dagger. Something weird happens. You don't see this. This is like off screen for you guys, but I'll kind of just talk about what happens. This cloak animates, comes to life, and grabs the dagger before the rat man can get it, and stabs him right in the throat.
He was trying to kill me.
Now, how much HP do these rat folk guys have?
It is 24. Oh no, that's the swarm. The rat folk. I think it was 18. I don't think I have rat folk.
Okay.
But I'll typically summon them unless I want them to do something.
But it's okay. We can kind of play this out, just in our mind's eye without the exact numbers, because basically this cloak is flailing with this dagger, and the cloak is able to take down 2 of the rat folk before succumbing to its own injuries, as it's kind of triple teamed here, and you hear this commotion going on. Now, you said something about blowing up the area? Did you throw some, what did you do exactly?
I wanted one of the rats to throw the torch that I found near the hallway into the pile of mushrooms.
Okay, so that the one that's kind of walking back with the torch, like limping back, he turns around and he tosses the torch as he's kind of holding this dagger, walking towards you, and he did not get far enough away, unfortunately. for him. So he's about right here when the last thing you see before you guys all duck down under the water is this poor guy engulfed in the purple haze.
I salute him.
when you come back up for air, it's clearing already. It's acrid and like it's like kind of like your eyes are watering and stinging, but you're not poisoned or anything. It's dissipated enough, and you see that little dagger glittering there just on the ground. I'm assuming since the rat guy is he just disappears. He doesn't leave a body, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How is he out of focus on this? There we go. Okay. So do you want to go... It's not too far from you, but someone would have to go grab that dagger. Everything else seems to be pretty much dealt with.
See, no, I think they're actually like rats. So like the body's there just blown up. So I go to check on him and realize he's dead and say, oh my gosh. Well, I close his eyes and I grab the dagger and I ran it back to the rest of the group and say, we gotta go, guys. We gotta go.
All right. So you make your way back up and you're able to rendezvous back with guard captain Wilhelm. And his jaw just drops to the floor as you explain what you found. It's crazier than he would have ever imagined. This whole plot to poison the city and extort a ransom. And he's even more shocked when you show him this guy who he recognizes as a missing person from a year ago. And he's just he's really blown away and impressed. He says, I need to introduce you to I need to introduce you to the guard commander. And he calls him Master Robindale. He says, and of course, you not only, I will double your reward, and you will also receive the missing persons reward for the apothecary, Master Gessel. Does anyone remember how much he told you he'd give you? I didn't write it down.
Like 200 gold? 200 gold?
I think it was 250.
50.
It was about that.
Okay. So he'll double that to 5, and then he will tell you. He says he'll give you another 100 for the missing person. So he gives you 600 gold, and let me make sure you get. Actually, you know what I'll do? You don't have to worry about it. I'm going to put it into the shared treasure. Let me do that real quick, as well as the dagger.
And I say a snarky comment. I was like, remember when you didn't want to introduce us to your boss back there? Just making a snarky comment. And I say, I told you we were the real deal. Something like that.
I grab him and I say, I lost fellow rats down there.
And I
Do we get...
There was no one's fault but your own.
Say, so what? They still died.
So, he'll say, yes, you have my condolences. He doesn't really know what to say. You kind of freak him out a little bit. So if you look in the shared treasure, you guys, that's where you can find all these random things that you have picked up. And let's see. Let's go ahead and make sure. Can you guys take everything that's in the shared treasure onto your character sheets? Do you guys know how to do that?
Distribute?
Yeah.
Click everything and distribute?
Distribute will distribute the gold automatically, which is nice.
Wait.
I think that. But in terms of the actual potions and stuff, you guys gotta grab it. And if there's stuff that's valuable, maybe just have one person designated with selling that, grabbing it and selling it later.
You want to take those, Zach?
I think Bernard's probably the best to sell stuff, right?
Oh, true.
Because
Yeah.
he's got the highest charisma.
Mm.
So what do I do? Select everything and claim it?
Yeah, silver pieces, the soap. I mean, the potions we could all take.
Right.
One of but the like crossbow. Well, never mind.
Oh.
You took it off.
What was the deal with the dagger?
Oh yeah, do you want, I took the dagger, but I can give it to you if you want.
No, is there a place? Is there a place where we can go to learn about the dagger?
Yeah, I would. You'd be able to take it to a local weaponsmith and learn that it is a magical dagger. Let me see where it is. Tony, you said you have it?
Yeah, I have it.
Let me find it on your character sheet.
There you go. I did it.
Okay. He tells you it's a dagger of venom. That it's a rare magical dagger. He says you would have a +1. He doesn't use these words, but you can imagine something like it that was not as metagamey. You get a +1 to attack and damage rolls made with this magic weapon, and you can use an attack to cause thick black poison to coat the blade. Use an action. The poison remains for 1 minute, or until an attack using this weapon hits.
Okay.
And then he asks
that sneak around, get him. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great weapon. Just it causes when it hits with that poison attack, it'd be a DC 15 con save, or 2d10 of poison, and the creature would become poisoned for 1 minute, and you can only use that once per day.
Dang. I just thought of a good combo. It would just be because my dagger, I can just like use my action and then use my my bonus action to actually hit with my dagger.
Yeah, you can. That's like a massive sneak attack. So like once per day, you can get like 2d10 plus what? How many d6?
Why?
Yeah, that'd be pretty nuts. Anyway,
You could,
Tony's gonna give it to his rat instead.
Give it to. Could also give Tekka.
Is there a way I can give that back to the shared treasure? Or
I think there is a way to return something to the shared treasure. Let me see. What were you gonna say, Zach?
For the bottles of poison, we can probably give that to Tekatani as well. As
I found it. I figured it out.
All right, let me.
Yeah, poison some people.
How do I do this? Edit attributes.
It's in the shared treasure now.
How did you do that, Tony?
You just delete it, and it asks you if you want to put it in shared treasure or if you actually want to delete it.
Okay, I'll put it. I'll put the poison for Tikatani too. Oops, I put some.
All right.
Hold on. Potion of healing.
Oh, I kind of jumped around there. I had you figure out what the blade was, kind of in the middle of that conversation with the guard captain, but we'd pretend that would happen after. The guard captain, Captain Wilhelm, does take you to his boss's office upstairs, and he has you sit down in some nice but simple couches and wait for guard commander Robindale, who comes in. He's an old stone slab of a man, short and thick, muscled in the way that an old man is muscled, it's kind of losing some of it, and he's got a big scar down his face. And he thanks you in his, kind of simple, gruff manner. And he does say he's impressed. He's impressed with you, and he doesn't know how long you're in town for, but there's definitely things that he could use. He kind of thinks for a second, an off-the-books team with your particular skills. So, he says you'd be very handsomely rewarded. Do you express that you're interested in that, or just kind of like, okay, thanks, buddy?
And what would you call our group?
He says, well, I'm not sure. I mean, are you mercenaries, or...
Nobody has to say.
I said, look, this last thing that you're one of your minions sent us on this journey. It actually cost us some lives for some of our dear friends. Now we were willing to do that, because we wanted to do that for the good of the city. But now you're asking us to do things that seem to be a little bit more personal for you.
Sorry, go on.
What is the nature of these things? Because if it's under the books, I feel like I just have to ask and have an honest conversation about this.
He says, well...
And I say, yes, you can call us the Rat Pack. That's fine.
The Rat Pack. Okay. He says, yes, well...
Fine.
Rat Pack, no, you misunderstand me. I wouldn't have you do anything untoward or illegal. However, there are certain things that require a little more secrecy than I can trust the guards in my command for. Not that they're bad guards and bad men, but you know how it is. They all talk to each other. They all get drunk in the tavern after their shift, and someone who is outside of that world might actually be able to handle some of these delicate things a little better. Nothing dark, though. I mean, just certain important tasks.
Tomato, bud. It's all good. But what do these things look like?
Well, he says there is one. The thing that he is pressing on him now. He says that he's been being nagged by, and you would know this probably vaguely. You would know that the city of Zobek is not. It's not a. There's not like really nobles. It's ruled by a city council of elected men and women. And he says that one of the councilmen had he forgets the relation, but one of his family members had perished in a kind of a mysterious fire in their boarding house not too far outside the city. And he says that the councilman has been pestering him to look into it, and he's also been hearing rumors from travelers on the road of strange nightmares and referring to the place as being haunted. He says, I don't know how much stock to put in that, but it is concerning. Anything that might affect the safety of our travelers, because there have been a couple true disappearances, not just rumors of, bad dreams and that kind of thing. And so he says, if you would be able to handle this for me, I could ensure that I'm sure that the councilman would not only be able to pay you in a potential future favor, but he'd be able to pay you in gold as well.
I huddle the group up and ask for their thoughts. What do you fellas think?
Say Rat Pack in one. Rat Pack!
What do you guys think about
how
this?
many of us are rats?
You don't need to be a rat to be part of the Rat Pack.
You'd all get like a bandana that just has a rat on it, and then wear that around. Huh.
Yeah.
Was Spider-Man really a spider? Or was Batman ever a bat? Okay, maybe, but still.
Like
Both are pretty close.
Parks and Rec.
Those are cool animals, though.
What was Andy's band's name? Mouse Rat?
Mouse rat.
So what's the plan, you guys? What do you guys think? I mean, so he's pretty much offering us a job, per se, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like this is gonna be like our stay at spot for a while. Are we done with our crusading years? Are we now working for the men?
What crusade were we fighting for?
The crusade of love and passion.
Question for what was originally the reason we were out here?
So you had escorted. I think you had originally came here to escort was it one of the dwarves you had saved?
Yeah.
Someone you came here to help.
And were we going beyond this place, or was this just it?
You know, you guys don't have a strong, like, you're kind of floating around, just picking up odd jobs. Nothing's really, it's not like you've been pulled into a large conspiracy or anything.
What do you guys think? Tekatani and Siok.
My current stance is that I'm just looking to experience the world and get out there. So this is all good for me, as long as we come to an agreement as to how we'll be compensated with this. And I'll be counting on you, Bernard, to make that worthwhile. This last one wasn't. It turned out good, but it wasn't a just compensation at the beginning, so we can't count on that.
He will say, or actually, I'll say, one thing to think about is probably after this session or sometime during next session, I want you guys to start thinking of, we're going to have some downtime, meaning we're going to kind of do a little time skip about a month in the future. So I want you to be thinking about what your characters would want to spend that doing, whether it's just doing more odd jobs together off camera or traveling somewhere. And then eventually you can think about, I don't know how many sessions we have, but you could look at that map of Midgard and think if any, traveling anywhere piques your interest, or staying here in Zobek. There's kind of endless things going on always in Zobek. But there's also places like the Margrave Forest or the Northlands or the Southlands, kind of desert area. But anyway, there's something to think of in the back of your head. Also, I don't think did not give you experience. Haven't given you experience for a while, right?
We didn't get any for last session.
Really, I keep forgetting. Let's think here. Finish, because a lot of these, when I click the finish button, I think I have been granting some experience automatically. Like, you should have gone up by 600 right there.
Oh, we're very close to 2,700.
Yeah. So what I'll have you do now is
Wait,
since I'm what was that?
Level 4.
Oh, you dinged? That's funny. I don't know why it was different. I will. What is it? I'll have everyone can go to 3,200. You can set your marker to 3,200, which would mean it would be a level up, because I'm pretty sure I forgot at least one or two of the battles to hit the button. So we'll get like a little 500 XP boost.
So wait,
Which will make you level 4.
How do we do that?
We add level, right?
If you click on the XP,
Yeah.
it's like you would. It's like, I could add 1 there. If I added 10 to yours, it'd go up to 27.
So I'm adding
And
500.
500, yeah. And then I think you would click on your. Now, see how level became green for you, Bernard?
Yeah.
Yeah, so now you can click on that, I think, add level.
All right.
Okay, cool.
I got to do some. What does it say? Level 3 and hit points average. Does that say the same?
That would be, so your hit points are going to increase, and I think it's basically giving you it's saying, do you want to just take the average, or do you want to roll for it where you can get either less or more? Mostly I just take the average.
Okay. All right.
Is it all good if I roll?
Yes.
I don't know how to do that while I have the level up screen open, so I'm just going to do a hand roll.
Okay.
That's
I think you do it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you do it after. Ooh, you get to pick a feat.
Feet?
Yeah.
Or increase scores, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have an option at level 4 typically. So increased scores are going to have less of an effect immediately, probably, but they're probably a little stronger in the long run. But so is instant gratification of that super cool feat or the delayed? Yeah.
I'm gonna go with feet. You're gonna kill us at some point. So.
I going back to the story. I tell the guy, "We'll do it if we can get a keep or some sort of housing."
He will say, he says he could probably arrange for a very kind of simple house here in the village in lieu of a monetary reward, or he says if you wanted to do several consecutive projects for him, that he could eventually arrange for you to be given a larger manor, He says it's up to you. He's open to either method.
What do you guys think?
I mean, I would like that. At least a place that we could call our own.
Mm-hmm. I'd be okay with doing a couple larger missions and taking some time.
Yeah, I'm down.
Cool.
Well, can we we have that conversation amongst ourselves, and then I go back to him and I said, "Look, we have a lot of opportunities, and we appreciate the hospitality means a lot, but we're gonna have to talk gold for every one of these things that you send us on because we're the pricey rat pack."
He'll say if you were to come under his essentially, he says he can arrange for you to get a manor in the city, as well as it would be a smaller reward in terms of gold, but he can guarantee 100 gold per party member. In addition to anything you find on your way, of course, 100 gold per party member per mission you go on, per job you help them with.
Say that again. How much gold?
100 gold per party member for each job you help him with, and then he says, he's kind of vague. He says in not too long he'd be able to probably secure a manor for your use if you were able to live up to your side of the bargain.
And say, because we're going to have to cover the costs until you figure that out, how about we start at 150 and you got yourself a deal?
He kind of thinks about it. He says, "All right, you drive a hard bargain." He shakes your big bear paw hand and says, "You got yourself a deal."
So I say,
"Oh, go ahead."
I say, "Well, we're gonna call it a day for now after that mission, and maybe we can come here in the morning."
I say, hold on. What's the biggest finance in this city, other than drugs?
Well, he says a huge amount of trade goes through the city. It's a trade hub for the whole continent, along the river, but also by road. Tons of merchant money is trading hands. He said they also produce a lot of goods in the city that they ship elsewhere. So it's not all just trade going through. He says there's several banks that operate in the city for various different purposes. And he says there's a lot of rich individuals as well.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
So I say, can we just take a break for the rest of the afternoon, and can you come? We can come back tomorrow, and you can brief us on what you want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. He says that's great. So you guys would have the rest. It's actually it's about 8:30 in the evening at this time. So
Yeah, we sleep.
Yeah. And you can stay at that Inn of the Welcome Wench again, which is where you stayed last time, or you can find some new place.
Is that where food is at?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I'm going there and getting some drinks and some booze, and then I'm gonna call it a night.
Anything in particular people want to do before we kind of fast forward to the next day?
I guess not for right now, but just want to mention that if we ever do go travel, I think it'll be cool for Tegatani anyway to go down to the desert, since that's where he's from. That you mentioned, but yeah,
Something to keep in mind. Okay. Yeah, that would be cool eventually too.
yeah.
Oh wow, I rested. That's cool. Oh, because we leveled up. It's gonna be I realized last time when I did my scroll making, I forgot the fact that I'm an elf, so I only need 4 hours of sleep anyways. So on top of 3 times speed, I got an extra 4 hours of free time that everyone else doesn't need.
Wow.
So I'm gonna make spell scrolls.
All right. Very nice. So we can go ahead and fast forward to the next morning. The 25th of Chess dawns, which is
Can we take a bathroom break? Is that cool?
Yeah. This is a perfect spot. Let's take a little fiver. I'll see you guys in a sec.